Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FTRL. We are here for GT2 Week 3, and this is our visits to France. So we are visiting the Saint Croix layout tonight for just a one single endurance race, and the first one that we're using the Group 2 cars. Joining me is my right hand man. I've got him back this week. I've reeled him back in. Good evening, Will. How are you, mate? Yep, I did manage to. Oh, I should probably watch the start, shouldn't I? Right, we've got a rolling start. Saint Croix. Ah, that's a good. Good shout. That. Go, go, go! Hang on a sec, right. Apparently, you're silent, Will. Not sure. Silent. Can you not hear him at all? Just a little bit. Anyway, right, we are underway as Will tries to have a look, see what the problem is. Nobby Norris leads us in a new livery for a lot of the cars this evening. Around turn 1. Jonesy P2. Beach in P3. Can't hear you at all, apparently. Is your voice able to be shared? I will double check in just a second. Let me just get the opening exchanges of the race out of the way. So, just so we all know, everybody has to use each tyre for 5 laps each, soft, mediums and hards over the course of this 25 lap race. We're looking at just under 3 minutes per lap. So we're expecting about 75 minutes of racing, give or take. So, reverse championship order as it stands going into this week. And so far we haven't lost anybody, which is fantastic. I will just quickly check the broadcast settings to make sure that Will is able to be heard. Give me 1 second. Apologies, everybody. Apologies. There we go, right, try that. How are you, Will? Are you there? Okay, well, you sound a lot louder to me, so fingers crossed everything's working okay. If not, I'm concerned I might have pressed a button which doesn't allow voices to be shared. I don't know why I would have changed anything. Still no Will. Are you winding me up, Fever? Or is it you being serious? Because that's what I need to know. Right, Nobby Norris has got a 1.3 second lead. He started on the soft tyres. I'm not winding you up. Ah, this is a massive shame, this. I need to look. Ah! Broad. Let me check the party settings. Share your voice, allow. I might have to restart the stream. Cool. Right, will you do that? And then Will's going to reboot his PlayStation. If there's still problems, I will restart the stream and just double check all of the settings. I do apologise. We've had a bit of a nightmare. But Nobby Norris is leading the way after one lap. He's got a 3.4 second lead. Obviously, these are in the Group 2 cars. Much more grip, much quicker. And should be a lot more fun. Everybody obviously in the same car, which is the Lexus Group 2 car. So it's effectively a one make. Jonesy is in P2 and Beach is in P3. Joe Burns under pressure from Zom. Joe Burns on the hard, Zom on the mediums. Derek started on the softs. Odon on the hards. Royston in P8 on the hards. Sir Goose, Andy, Glyn, Jadon, Unsafe Release, Mikey and Dusty Fozzle also on the hards. Unsafe is stepping in for Oblivion, who's unable to make it this evening. So yeah, but Nobby Norris is absolutely flying. Good point from Fever. Joe Burns had a good start to the race. Obviously he's around guys on much faster tyres, so at the moment he doesn't need to be too concerned. He has been He did find he's been having a bit of an issue with his wheel and his pedals, so he's reconfigured it all, and hopefully it should make a bit of a difference, as he didn't seem to be reaching full throttle on his wheel, which does look to be the case again in some areas, unless if you look at the throttle input down in the bottom right, his foot's flat to the floor, and so is Derek's, and Derek's is slightly higher than Joe's. So I am wondering why that's happening. There must be a reason for it. As Derek makes the move on the soft tyres, goes past Joe and up into P4. But nevertheless, Joe Burns will fight back. He tucks back in behind Derek. So we haven't lost anybody yet, which is a relief. Yeah, but if you look, Pagani, for some reason his throttle input doesn't seem to be just marginally lower than everyone else's. Can you see what I mean? So, Andy making his way through the field. Yeah, Andy's up to 9th, championship leader as it stands. Couple of really tricky corners on this circuit. It's going to catch quite a few people out. But Royston had a good result last week. He's sitting in middle of the grid. Got 2.5 seconds in front, just over 2 seconds behind. He's in a nice spot at the minute. Strategy wise, I'm expecting probably a 3-stop out of the vast majority of people tonight. The softs again seem to be the worst tyre. They seem to die very, very quickly. So we're going to go and check in down the bottom end of the order. This is obviously the quote-unquote faster people in the championship, who are obviously starting a bit further back, but struggling to make their way through at the minute. How am I feeling about tomorrow's race? Not too bad. Not too bad. I like the St. Croix circuits. They're some of my favourites. So, however, I don't know this layout well, as Mike goes very wide. Mike is still suffering from piles, but he does have the addition of COVID at the moment. So Mike has COVID piles. So any hashtag COVID piles in the chat will be makes your bumhole cough. So make of that what you will. Oh, someone's off. It's Sir Goose. He's going to have very dirty tyres, like a dirty boy. And he's having a right old wiggle around at the back. So, not the best. Nobby Norris, 3.5 seconds clear still. Dirty air, pretty bad in these cars. Especially if it's coming from Mike's piles. Coming from his rear end. I imagine that's even worse. But no, Nobby Norris is looking like a cultured driver at the minute. Who knew? After all these seasons of Nobby Norris racing, he had that in the locker. Beach has overtaken Jonesy, which is a given because Jonesy's shit. Good to see my teammate doing well. Full of confidence this season. He's really, really improving every single week and practicing loads, putting loads of effort in. Good to see. My man. Old Milky Beach. You'll see from our cars this week, the Milky cars, he's got Milky on top of his windscreen there. It's Jonesy's. That's an awful corner from Jonesy. And who's in the next car? So it's So Andy, if you look at Andy's got Dickhead across the top of his car, which was chosen by me, that one. And then we've got Kamikaze Glyn, because Glyn likes weird extreme sports. So he's Kamikaze Glyn, but Andy's Dickhead, so you can refer to him in the chat as that if you want. Hello, Will. Hello. Can anyone hear Will yet? If not, right, let's hope you are, because for God's sake. Right, I think I'm going to have to restart the stream, everybody, because I think it's possibly an error from my part when everything was freezing earlier. So I apologise, stop shouting at me. Be back in a minute. Sorry, love you all.